everyone. Hello, replay viewers. I'm so happy you're here tonight, this Monday evening. And hello, Catch viewers as well. Catch viewers, if you would like to join live on Periscope, download the Periscope app and search for Penguin and Fish. I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m. Central, making stuff away. All right, guys, thanks so much for coming in. I see y'all coming in tonight. I'm going to flip you around. Hey there, guys. Happy Monday to all of you. I'm so happy that you guys are popping in here tonight. We are going to get a bit farther on block 19 of the Splendid Sampler from the Splendid Sampler quilt, mystery quilt sew along. You can find out more information at thesplendidsampler.com. We are on block 19. There are 100 blocks in all. They're released every Thursday and Sunday, and so we're working on Sundays. We're pretty far. We just need to finish the assembly of it, and then it's time for embroidery, so I'm hoping we get that far tonight as well. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we create lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. I'm the author of Sew and Stitch Embroidery and a fabric designer as well. Thanks so much for coming in. I know, short sleeves again tonight. It has been beautiful, although now I think it's raining. If every once in a while I hear a few raindrops on the windows. So if it starts to pour, then you guys will really hear it. So it felt like it was gonna rain all day today. It was kind of warm, but cool and overcast, that kind of summer feeling rain. But I kind of love that. All right, I am going to flip you around. Let me know what you guys are working on tonight. Let's get started. I'd like to just sew this guy up so we can start the embroidery tonight. I think that would be a good goal. So, all right, flipping you around. There we go. You sewed on your great niece-to-be's baby quilt. Oh, yay, time to sandwich and quilt. That is a huge step done if you're onto sandwiching and quilting. That's pretty awesome. All right, so here I got it all laid out here again. So now all we have to do is kind of follow the assembly instructions. So it looks like we're making this group and this group, and then sewing the three groups together. So we got this area down here. So now I have adapted the pattern. The pattern used to have all these extra little points as if the ruler is ending there, but I thought it would start here and just kind of keep going. I'm modeling it after my blue ruler here, and this will just keep going because we got a lot more than 12 inches on this thing. We got a whole 60. So I had mine, so it just kept going off the block. How many strands of metallic DMC do I use? For the ruler, or for my block, which was block 11, I used this DMC, or this metallic floss. I think I used 2 strands for it. Or this one's a little thicker. I just use as much of it as needed to make it look like around 2 or 3 strands of embroidery floss. I use more than 1 strand usually because I don't want it to take so long. When you're using less strands, it takes up less amount of space. So if you do more strands, you'll be able to get it done faster, and your lines will be thicker. So I would probably do 2 strands. It depends on the metallic floss you're using too. Just you're going for thickness, so it's however thin or thick you want it in the end. All right, so let's start with this easy one down here. Oh yeah, no problem. So this is section 1. Luckily we don't have all those extra pieces here, like I was saying, because we're making it just kind of go off into nowhere. So we just have to do these 2 and then to this. So let's do that first. I'm gonna scooch back over here. So I moved this over a little bit, so I think our scant quarter is a little more accurate now. We can test that tonight with our piecing here, even though, except we don't really have a lot of pieces. So, you know, if we had a lot of little squares next to each other when we sewed them together, it would be real clear if we were off or on our scant quarter inch. With the less pieces for tonight's block, I don't know if we'll be able to tell so much, but I did scooch it over, and I did put in a new needle as well, just to have a nice new sharp needle. We'll see if that if I can tell a difference or anything with that. So let's just get going right away here. I'm not going to pin or anything. I am just going to start. I'm going to get this going first. All right. So these two go together. Turn the music up a little. Alrighty, let's test this new scant quarter. Hey Pax, how are you tonight? Okay, I have a feeling that this is this scant quarter is going to be a bit better. It's a little closer to what I'm used to the scant quarter being, so that's good. Oh, that's good to hear, Pax. It's always nice when there's a good day. Did you check out the blog? Oh no, I didn't. Did you post it in the Penguin and Fish Crafters thing? I haven't been on Facebook really yet today. I'll have to check before heading to bed. Alright, so that's this section. Let's see if we can... Okay, you posted it on Facebook? Alright, I'm gonna have to look. Alright, so in this next section we sew this on first. Okay, I will totally go check it out. You did you said you did a purple or a yellow ruler on purple? Is that what you ended up doing? Alright, let's do... Oh, yellow only. Ooh. You know, I am missing my stiletto. Here we go. This would make things a bit easier. Just really help start guiding my fabric in there. Alright, now let's snip. I'm kind of working both segments at once. Oh, I gotta press this though first. So let's press these first two bits. Our first two segments on the two areas that we're sewing up here. Okay, let's scooch over here. Turn this off. There, so I sewed this little guy onto the end there, and then this is the block down here. So let's look at the direction. All right. This one is pressing towards the big one, and this one is pressing towards the big one as well. Okay, that's easy enough to remember. Let's do that. You know, I'm kind of curious. I want to grab a ruler here. I just want to measure. Let's see how we are on the 1/4 inch. So I did adjust. See, look, I keep doing this little. I don't know. I think this is where. Oh yeah, so this is where it would have started. Wait, no, it would have been like this. So I always end kind of veering off, so I gotta watch that, because that's what's, I'm getting weird angles. Okay, that looks like a pretty good scant quarter, I think. Let's see what it looks like. Alright. But yeah, just right at the end of my stitching, I just kind of whoosh, veer off, and I should not be doing that. Something to improve on, and that's what I'm doing here. That's the point of the Splendid Sampler, is I'm gonna just get better at my piecing, better at my sewing, learning new things I didn't know before, all that good stuff. Put on your ender before you finish your seam. Oh, am I not doing that? Am I just letting it... Well, I don't want to put the ender right on it because then it would be sewn to it. I guess I'm not quite understanding. Sorry. Alright, that looks pretty good. That means my scant quarter is looking awesome. Like, this is almost exactly the right length, so woo, that's good to start out with. Let's see, did I veer on this one too? Yeah, just a little. Oh, so right next to it. Okay, oh, alright, so just put it right up next to it. Because look, I did it here just a hair too. Just a little veer off to the right here. Maybe one stitch apart, so I'll put the ender like right there. Okay, I will try that in this next go around here. Well, we'll fix that right here and now. Alright, tilt this guy down. Whew, that's hot. Alright. I think that's pretty good. Ugh, these are so cute together. Ah, I really like it. Oh, okay, so now something we have to remember is that I never measured this, I never measured this piece. I just left it long. So that's why we have it so long here. So I just have to remember to, I'm gonna just match up the top and then we'll trim it when we're done. But that's why this one's so funny. All right, what is next? So we sewed these two together and this. So this looks like we just sew that piece to the whole bunch and we sew the bottom one to the top. All right, we can do that. So we'll sew these two and we'll sew these two. All right, that's the plan. Going over here. This song was on our wedding mix. That's funny. I have a different station on tonight, different Pandora station, so we'll have new random music tonight, which is kind of funny. All right, let's start here. Oh, you're loving the music. That's awesome. All right, let's do this. So I'm gonna still start it down here, just so I can have this piece on the top, even though we're not matching up the seam here, because I have that longer chunk here. How should we do that? I suppose I'll sew on it still. This song always reminds me of Lady and the Tramp. I haven't seen that movie in forever and ever. All right, I think we're good enough over here. Man, sewing is so much more fun with music on. You know, that never occurred to me till right now. I'm like, oh, it's fun listening to this song and sewing at the same time. Like, it's two just really chill things to do. Ah, man. Discovering what everyone else already knew, right? I guess I'm kind of used to just having like a Netflix on or something like that in the background. I don't usually just listen to music. It's nice. Oh, here's where I should have gone like right after that one. Oh, I'll do that with the leader. So I'm gonna do it right now, Pax. I'll do it this time. So that means I have to kind of stop sewing about right there so I can get the other one ready. Yep, it is! Louis Armstrong. Louis. Alright. This is a mess. I should get a new one of these going. Alright, so I'm gonna get that right up after this one. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks better. I mean, it's either, it's much better. I mean, you know, before I was just going and kind of whooshing off. So, I'm either paying more attention or that leader worked, so I'll keep using it. I think. Yeah, so here's where I didn't use it. Let's see if I veered off here. Yeah, I might have. might have just like here at the end just kind of veered off. So I need to just keep paying attention and get my next strip just right up in there right away. So, all right. Alrighty. I guess I'll just do that. I have to make that a habit though now. That's gonna be the tricky part. All right, let's press these. Oh, let's cut them apart though first. Turn the machine off. Okay, so this goes down to the bigger side again. It's kind of puckery a little bit. I'm wondering if my tension is funny again. It looks okay, the tension, so I don't know. We'll keep going. Oh, this is my Sissa's Mellow Boys radio on Pandora, my station that I've made for a billion years. Or back in the day when people were on Pandora doing the thumbs up and thumbs down and trying things and all that. Okay, there's that. Looking good. Looks just the right size. I listen to a podcast while sewing when I'm feeling ambitious. Yeah, that's the way to go. All right, this goes to the larger piece again. When I have something go to, like when I have the seam allowance go towards a piece, I like having the piece on top. I don't know if anyone else does this because then I can do the little seam setting, pressing, and then I can just fold that piece down, and folding it down makes that seam allowance go in the direction of the piece I'm folding down. So that's, I don't know how everyone else does that, but that's how I do that. Alright, let's press that. This is coming together quick. I like this block. You know, going into this, I don't know if I would have said I like all these, oh, we're gonna have all these cutesy blocks and applique and, birds and rulers and hearts and stuff. I don't know, like, if you would have asked me, I would have been like, that's not really my thing, but I have been so into it. Like, I love those blocks. I love the cute ones and the, all the little, with the little animals on it and stuff too. I think they're just fun. I was thinking I'm going to have this really graphic quilt, but I like all these ones. I'm having a really good time doing this. Okay, so this one's got it. So this segment's done, which is awesome. So that's done. Now we just need to sew this piece to here, and then it's the 3 pieces together, and I might not even trim this off right now. When I'm done with all of my blocks, I'm gonna square them up to the 6.5, so I might just leave this until I square up the rest. It's kind of funny hanging out there anyway. Okay, let's sew this guy, and then we gotta press it, and then we'll be ready for all 3. But I am really thinking that this scant quarter is a whole heck of a lot better, because these blocks are just feeling right and good. I mean, we won't know for sure until we do like a really small block. But we'll see. Maybe we just slow down and enjoy it more. Yeah, exactly. All right. There we are. Motivates me to work on the scant quarter. All right. Yeah, I mean, those were, that was kind of the surprises for me. I thought I kind of bent, I did bend this the wrong way. Look, I pressed this is all messed up. So it felt funny, and that's why. It's my seam allowance got all bunched up there. So I'm gonna just press that really quick. I thought it felt a little bulky. That would be why. Ouch. Okay, there. Now we got it flattened out a little bit better. Let's make sure we got this right again. Yep. Yeah, that was the big surprise. I didn't know what I'd learned. I went into this, to the Splendid Sampler with the purpose of, oh, I'm gonna just learn a lot. Because I'm just kind of, I feel like I've been quilting for a really long time, or not a, well, you know, a long time. That's relative, I suppose. But I feel like I'm just getting by, you know, with little knowledge, like picking up things here and there, without really hunkering down and learning. And that's what this is to me, is the hunkering down process, and it's really been good. But I wasn't expecting, oops, I gotta get this guy ready a whole lot sooner. I gotta get it before I'm under this part of the presser foot. I'm giving him a trim. He's driving me crazy. I hear spider legs. But I didn't know going into it that sewing straight and that scant quarter was going to be such a big issue for me. But those have been like two of the biggies. There, now look how pretty it is, all trimmed up. Which reminds me, I probably need to go see if I can get a haircut tomorrow somewhere. So Thursday is my dad's retirement party. So I will be going home for that on Wednesday. So Wednesday night, I just wanted to check this again. It's looking much better. I'm not doing that weird zhoosh off at the end. But so Wednesday I will be scoping most likely from my parents' house in Wisconsin, although that is dependent on when we leave, I suppose. It takes about 5 hours to get there. So if I'm not there by 9:30, like if we have left late and I'm not there by 9:30, I'll be scoping from the car. I'll just pop in to say hi or something. But I'm hoping that we will get there in time and I will do a 9:30 scope from there. And maybe we can check out my mom's blocks and stuff too. So that'll be Wednesday. So we might even be done with this block or just doing embroidery. And we have the embroidery from the block before this one, block 18. So we might just chill and do some embroidery. But I'll bring all my fabric and everything with me because we'll have, you know, the Thursday block will be there while I'm visiting my parents. So I'll need my fabric for that. And I can see my mom pick her fabric too, which will be kind of fun because she's doing the Splendid Sampler and we haven't been together at all since we've been doing it. So this will be the first, oh, well we have, but we haven't seen each other's blocks. So this will be the first time digging into each other's blocks and each other's process for it. So I'm kind of excited for that. All right, we just needed to sew 3 pieces together and we are done. Well, actually we're not done. We got all the embroidery yet, but we have all the piecing done then. So let's do that. Let's do that quick. I think I'm definitely doing better with the scant quarter now that I shushed this way a little bit. My scant quarter was just too scant. So fun that you're doing this together with your mom. Yeah, I am having so much fun. I'm so happy that she decided to do it too. And she's always done with her blocks before me because she just whips them out really easily. I really like how this is turning out. Oh, thanks! I'm really enjoying this block. I don't know, I'm enjoying every block, really. Sometimes I go into it and I'm like, oh, okay, how am I gonna do this one, or how long is this one gonna take? But once I get started, once I actually see, for me it's when the fabric is sewn to another piece of fabric, then it's like, you know, awesome. Like when I all of a sudden see the fabrics actually together, not just laying next to each other, then that's the fall in love stage. I just so love it. It's just so exciting, and it changes. Like you can lay them right next to each other, so they might as well have been sewn, but until they're actually sewn, it just doesn't feel the same. And that's when the love starts. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, that's, you know, I made the commitment to kind of work on this every night here, and that's, you know, and it's talking to you guys that are keeping me motivated about it and stuff too, because it is, you know, when you think about it as a whole thing, it's a really big project, but when you break it down into like, oh, I'm just gonna sew in the evening and chit chat with some buddies, then it doesn't seem like as big of a thing, and we're just getting it done. We're just getting it done little by little. I mean, we're gonna be on block 20. Oh, I can sew the other one right away. We're gonna be on block 20 in the next block. So Thursday's block is block 20, which means we're like a fifth of the way done, which is kind of crazy. All right, let's sew this piece. I suppose I could have squared that up. It doesn't look all that square, but oh well. We're gonna wing it. There we go. I think that looks decent enough. Probably should have squared up that top so it was even, and then I had an even thing to use as a guide, but I think we're gonna be just fine. Let's make sure that we got enough matched up here. There we go. That seam in there. I just got myself not talking again, and it's totally just because I'm concentrating on that scant quarter and sewing straight. Alright, there we go. And that is it for sewing. Let's press it out. See, I don't even have a fancy seam cutter on my sewing machine. Have to get the whole scissors and snip it. Don't have any of that fancy gadgets on my machine. Alright, let's press it. It looks like press this piece up and press it all up. It has pressing all the sections upwards. So let's do that. Well, let's see. Let's do this piece first. Tilt you guys up. I'm not very good at pressing when there's more than one piece to press. I think maybe I should not do that and just sew and press one at a time, maybe. Alright, there's the one. Oops, wrong way. I wanted to press it up. So let's get that piece. On the side of the presser bar, there should be a thread cutter. Oh yeah, you know what? I think there is a little one back there. I wonder if it cuts anything. I'm gonna have to try it. You're right, I think there is one there. I just haven't been using it because I'm doing this whole leader thing. It will work. Okay, so I do have one. See? Learning something new again. Learning something new about my machine. I always think that's funny. Learning something new about the machine. There's always something new to learn, I feel like. Alright. There we are. Oh, you love vintage machines? Yeah, I do have, now that I can see it on there, the little cutter. We'll give that a try. Well, I guess we won't give it a try because we're going to be doing, we're using that leader. Alright, so here we are, guys. This is the block. So now we have to add all of our numbers and stuff here. So I'm going to use, oh, you know what, and all the text. So we have the measure twice, cut once text on here too. So square it up. I think I might square it up. Oh, let's at least test it. I don't think I'm gonna actually square it up now. I'm gonna square it up when all the blocks are finished, especially since I'm gonna use the Fabri-Solvi on this, and so it'll get wet, and it might, when I iron, it might move around a little bit. But hey, that looks like a pretty dang good 6.5-inch square. So that's always exciting. A little off down here, but pretty dang good compared to a lot of the other blocks. We're definitely improving. Just trim the tail. I suppose we could trim the tail. Fine, we'll do that. Let's hang this guy up. All right, we'll trim the tail. There we are. There, does that look better? Without the little tail on. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some Fabri-Solvi scraps. You feel better now, Pax? Funny. Can't let the little piece, no CD kicking in. Love it. Oh, thanks. All right, so let's get the Fabri-Solvi out. So I keep all my, this is Sulky's Sticky Fabri-Solvi. I love using this for embroidery, especially when you're embroidering through dark colors, because this would be pretty hard to trace on, especially because it's got a lot of lines in it too, so trying to see lines underneath all these lines would be a little difficult. So with the Fabri-Solvi, I'm going to just trace onto this, which is really easy. You can actually print right to this, but I'm going to just trace onto some scraps, and then we'll stick that right on, and I'll stitch through that, and then we'll wet it when we're done, because this washes away in water. So we'll wet the Fabri-Solvi and do it that way. So this is a thing of Fabri-Solvi scraps. So I'm hoping, I save all my scraps from the Sticky Fabri-Solvi. So this one, I need to stitch yet, so let's do that one. But see, like I got a big old scrap here. This one I can use. Here's some more scraps. So I'm gonna use these to trace on, I think. Oh yeah, like this is perfect. So let's cut this, let's trace this bottom one first. So now here, and I'm gonna just use a pencil. I'm gonna tilt you guys down just a hair. Let's see if we're in focus there. All right, so we talked about this ruler, how technically it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'd be like 5 and 6, and then this would be 7, 8, 9, 10, and it would be flipped. So it would be an upside down 7 and an upside down 8 and an upside down 9 and an upside down 10. I think, this might drive people crazy too, but I think I'm going to change this to the 7, 8, 9, 10 instead of this 9, 10, 11, 12 going this way. But I don't think I'm going to flip it upside down. So I'm going to do it partially how this is, but still leave it like cute where everything's right side up. I don't know. So I'm like half doing it so it's technically right and half so it's not, but I don't know. I think that's what I can live with a little bit, but I think this would bother me going the 9, 10, 11, 12 in the wrong direction. So I think that's the plan. So I'm going to kind of draw a little 7 just right over this. I'm hoping I can see that traced through, and an 8 and a 9. Oh, I kind of like this 9. Let's do a 9 like that. I'm gonna actually just trace that 9. That's just a reminder to use that 9, and I'll use this 10 too. So that's the plan. So let's do that. I'm gonna just trace right on here. Right. You know what? I'm gonna draw this bottom line as a guide too. So now I know I'll line up my piece against there. So let's just do this. Long one. Oh, that's a really long one. I think I'm just gonna stitch these with all, well, actually, I don't know. I was gonna say I think I'm gonna just do one long stitch for all of these, but I think I better do it in a couple stitches because I don't want it to be like one big loop. Is it all sewn up? Oh, it sure is, Cora. There we are. So I'm tracing the embroidery part onto sticky Fabricelli scraps. Oops, I moved a little bit. But you can see that this is much easier. It's like tracing paper. This is much easier than if I would have tried to trace this through through the fabric. Even with a light table, this is much easier. You know, I'm kind of tempted. I'm going to just draw a line here so all of these lines end up being kind of the same, on the same level. So that's just a little guide for me. Okay. So this was going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's do the 9. I liked this 9 here that they had. That's kind of fun. And so then the 10 would be here. I kind of drew over it. It's a little hard to see. It's kind of a cute one. There's the 10. Now the 8 and 7 we kind of have to make up. We'll do like kind of around little 8. I'm trying to keep it the same height as the other ones and kind of keep in the same feel. So this is a nice round 9. You use the 3. Oh, the 3 as a guide for the 8. What does the 3 look like? Oh, that's cute. Yeah, the 3's pretty cute. Okay, so then the 7 I'm going to make up too. It'll be, I think we're just going to do kind of like that. There we go. So those are our 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see how straight that is. I think it'll be fine. It'll look different with once we're stitching it anyway. So let's get this cut once in here too. Oh, so now this cut once is really kind of fat. I thought maybe we would do this kind of like how we did this design where we have these kind of thicks and thins. So this is like a back stitch that goes to a chain stitch and then a back stitch for the thin part and then the chain stitch for the thick part. I thought we might try something like that since there's kind of enough space here. So I'm gonna first just draw it as is, kind of in the middle, because these are kind of fat. Fat letters. So I could stitch it as is with just either a wide stitch, like a chain stitch is kind of wide, or with more strands of floss. Like I could stitch it with 6 strands of floss, which would make it wider as well. But I think I'm gonna try this thick and thin deal. So here's how we're gonna do that. All right, so I drew it on here. Oh, you made it cursive since they're already almost touching. Oh, that's a cute idea. I think I'm gonna keep it like this though. So all right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of fake it. So anytime, basically anytime there's a downstroke, so basically anytime we have something vertical, I'm gonna kind of make it fat. So I'm just gonna sketch in some fatness. And I think right here too, this will be kind of like a little bloop. So for this U, some fatness here and some fatness here. And for this, so anytime there's something vertical or almost vertical, I'm just making it fatter. So same with this O. We'll get it fat there and we'll get it fat here. You used some fatness. I used 3 strands for the letters, but only 2 for the numbers. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll do that too. The less strands of floss make it a thinner line, so that makes a lot of sense. So you can kind of see, we're getting kind of like, you know, that whole calligraphy thing where with the thicks and thins and stuff. So I like the idea of playing with that. So we might do some, I don't know what we'll do, like a thicker, some sort of thicker stitch and a thinner stitch. We'll have to choose that yet. We'll get another one of those little balls on that end of the C there. You like the, with the chain stitch? Alright, there. So this is, oh, too bad you're done. Could always do another one. Alright, so we kind of made them kind of cute here, adding the thicks and thins. So here's it with just all one, which, oh, look, I forgot there's more dot there, there's like a whole pile of more dots in there. I have text over it, so I'm gonna have to remember to do those ones. Those I'll just do in little French knots. I'm glad I saw that. All right. So I don't know what stitch we'll use for this yet. You know, we could do like a stem stitch too. So we could do like just a back stitch into a stem stitch. Would be fun. You know, we might just do the chain stitch. We could even put 2 back stitch rows next to each other, which is kind of fun too. That might be fun. Or, yeah, I don't know. We'll play. I'm not too worried. I don't have to make that decision now. So I'm going to just trim this down already. Oh, I don't have a paper scissors by me, so we'll just do that. You like the stem stitch idea? The only thing I'm a little worried about doing that is that I'm not all that good at a stem stitch, and I'm not sure if I'd be able to figure it out. But maybe that's the reason to do it. Alright, so I'm going to keep this scrap too, because there's, you know, Fabricelli on there yet to use. So, okay, why don't we stick this on right away? Why not? So this line at the bottom here was the line, this line, you know what, I think I need to press this again once more. It's a little bloopy. So I'm just going to do that quick. Off screen. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Alright, so this comes off just like a sticker. Alright, the paper will toss. Alright, so I had that line that I'm using as my guide. It's going to go right along that seam. There we go. That's about where it was, right? Yep. I think, you know what, I'm going to scooch it over just a hair. There we go. Get that stuck on there. There we go. Now we can start to see what it's gonna look like. Ah, I'm excited. I even like this type in here. Normally I would be like, yeah, you know what, I kind of just like it as is. I don't know if I want the type. Oh, thank you for introducing me to Fabricelli. Yeah, I love it. And so we'll stitch this, and then I'll show you how to take it off on the show here too. Not tonight, but once we're done stitching this, we'll take the Fabricelli off with our bowls of water and stuff too, so you guys can see it come off. And if you want to see it, how it comes off sooner than when we do this, you can just check out all my my videos on Catch, which are recordings of these, and it's at Catch, KATCH.me/penguin and fish, all one word. All right, let's do this top area now. In theory, it might be good for me to just stitch this area and then stitch this, so I don't have Fabricelli just hanging out here, moving around, but I think I'm gonna just do both at once. All right, let's see if I have another good piece of Fabricelli. This scrap, I wonder if this fits. Oh, this might be perfect. All right, I think we'll use this scrap here. Let's trim it off. I love that I can use these scraps. And see, I mean, you can, what I usually do is just print this, you know, you can see I've printed on here before. And it's awesome because you can just print onto it, which completely gets rid of tracing. But if you have to trace, might as well make it easy to trace. So this is, you know, it's, I mean, from here you guys can see right through it. It's a lot easier to trace than going right through the fabric. Let's go over here. And I think we have just enough Fabrisolving to get all this in. Usually I like a little bit more, so there's some that sticks around the edge, but I'm going to just leave more on the side edges, and I'm hoping that that'll be enough. Maybe we'll stitch this top part first, just because I don't want it coming off. All right, I'm going to draw my baseline in here again. I think that was helpful. So that part goes right on the seam. I'm going to draw the line on the top to where all those short lines go to. Then I can draw them kind of a little more accurately, I think. All right, let's draw these guys. Actually, you know what? I'm wondering if I should... I think I'm going to draw the text first, just so I'm not rubbing my hand all over this. So, all right, measure twice. So I think for this, I'll do that thick and thin thing too. Even though this type is a lot smaller up here, I think it's probably just good to be consistent. Measure twice. So we might have to do it in a little different way when we actually stitch it, because it is quite a bit smaller. But maybe we just use less threads, or I don't know. So, okay, again, kind of the down vertical strokes. This M is weird. I don't know what I would do. I think we'll just do the two sides. I'm not a calligrapher, so I don't know quite what would be the proper. I bet you it's probably, you know, it's probably every other one or something. I don't know. We're gonna do it like this. So we'll do that. Did we do... Nope, we didn't do around there. I was wondering if we went around this edge too a little thicker on the E up here, but we didn't. So just this side, a little fatter on the A, and the downstroke. The S will go down the middle. U on both the verticals. E again on the vertical. The W is kind of funny, like the M. I think it should probably be every other, but we'll do it like how we did the M with the two sides being thick. There, and almost done. This little vertical here, and the E. So that's going to be our guide for where to draw, or where to stitch a little fatter. Okay, let's get these lines drawn in. I think I saw someone do this in a blanket stitch all along here, and that was a pretty cool idea. That might be actually kind of fun to do. It would kind of go with this whole idea. It'd probably go pretty quickly too. But I don't know if I want that edge, because a blanket stitch would give us that edge there. I'm not sure I want that, especially because I think I'm going to be using that black. Maybe we'll play with different number strands of floss. I always like to do something. I can't ever do anything just like straight, right? So maybe we'll, I think we'll play with different strands of floss, because what if these were just like one strand thick or something, you know what I mean? And the numbers could be like 2 strands thick, and this might be 2 strands thick, and then down here we could do 3 strands. I think we'll play with that. All right, here's that cute one. 2, 3. I think we got it. Let's get that on. And then tomorrow, I think we'll probably call it after this. Tomorrow we will embroider. And I'm gonna leave a lot of space over here just because I don't have a lot of space at the top and the bottom for it to stick, so I'm gonna have it stick on the edges, and I'll leave some more edge down here as well. But yay, embroidery day tomorrow! That means I don't have to set up the sewing machine or anything. We are just gonna embroider. And I think we'll probably get pretty far. I don't know if we'll finish it because once we get into the type, all that is kind of a little finicky. Will take a little bit of time to do all that, but the line should go pretty fast. I think we'll get pretty far. And then we still have embroidery on the last block as well. So I'm using that line that I drew as a guide. It goes right along this line again, and it starts and stops in the blue, that light blue. All right. Just like that. And that is what it's gonna look like pretty much. Here, I'll zoom in so you guys can see. There, so you know, we just traced it, so we didn't print it out. If we printed it on, you know, the laser printer here, you'd be able to see this a lot more, but the pencil is perfectly fine. I mean, we can see that just fine, and we can still see a little bit of what's going on underneath too, which is helpful. Aw, this is gonna be so cute with the little thicks and thins, I think. Oh, and we gotta remember that we have those 3 dots there too, kind of going off into here. But yay, I am excited. It is always fun to get something sewn together, and you know what? I'm kind of itching for some embroidery, so this is perfect timing. I'm pretty excited. So I'm gonna flip you guys around, and we will call it an evening. Hey there! So I always like to show the size, so this is the size. Oh yeah, we had it running off too, which I think is kind of fun. But yay! So embroidery tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna embroider it without a hoop, I think. So we'll see how that goes. The embroidery, the fabric sylvie adds a little bit of sturdiness to it, so I think that might be enough to do it without a hoop. We just have to be careful not to pull and move it around a lot while we're stitching, but I think we can do it. Oh, thanks so much, Janelle. I appreciate that. I really like how this fun, playful floral turned out with the blue. So, all right, guys, we will embroider tonight. I might even have the candle out and some wine, and we'll get back to the relax and craft time that I like with the embroidery and the stitching. It'll be fun. So I will see you guys tomorrow night at 9:30. Woo! I'm like way crooked there. There we go. I'm like leaning this way. 9:30 p.m. Central. I'll be here again. So I will see you tomorrow. I hope you all have a great night. Yes, nighty night to you too, Max. See you guys tomorrow.